Let's go fruit picking in my garden. Which still feels crazy to say, but we bought this house last year and with it came all these fruit trees. So first up, all the eating apples. This tree's in the immediate back garden that we like to call it, and there's so many apples that grow on this tree we can't pick them fast enough. So in the summer our back garden gets covered in apples. Next to the apple tree is the first pear tree. This one's a fairly small tree, but it produces some pears of interesting shapes, but these are also very tasty. As you go further into the garden, we come across the second pear tree. I think these are a different variety of pears, and I prefer them. They're much tastier for me. Here's the enormous cooking apple tree that produces enormous cooking apples. We don't really like cooked fruit, so a lot of these goes to family or friends. We end up with so many apples, we don't know what to do with them. Next is the plum trees. Plums apparently go through seasons of one year being a really good harvest, the second year not so good. So last year was really good, this year there was not as many, and I was picking these quite late in the summer, so most of the plums had rotted away by the time I got there. These pink ones are Victoria plums, and then behind our mountain of garden rubbish are European plums, which I didn't know what they were when we first got in the house, but after a quick Google we tried one and they're actually pretty tasty. But I'm not risking my legs getting stung and spiked with brambles, so we've just got a few of those. We have a big fig tree growing. I've never had a fig, and I don't know when they come into season, but I don't think these were ready yet, so I just left them to it. And then onto the fruit that we wish actually wasn't in the garden, which is these blackberries, because they of course come with the brambles that have taken over our lives. But the blackberries are pretty tasty and good at making gin, so I'll grab a few while they're still here. We were actually on our way to our family's house later that afternoon, which is why I got such a big haul, and I think I did pretty well for one morning's pickings.